This is what has me feeling good about V12 is it's fixed a lot of these inconveniences. I'll call them nitpicks, frustrations. And where do you want to go? Head over this way?
Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna decide to go that way because we just changed the route. And what we'll do here is actually let's keep rolling. And you want to go way out here on 127 or this diagonal road?
So there's a cul-de-sac back here.
Okay.
And there's an island in the middle of the cul-de-sac.
Okay.
Ooh,
do you want it to be our destination here?
Yes.
Okay.
Or as long as we can go around the loop. Because when I did that early this morning, it tried to go around the loop the left-hand way around the right-hand way.
Okay. All right, so we'll put our destination right here instead. And then, or once it'll let me, we'll put it right here. And then once we get there, we'll ask it to navigate somewhere else and see what it does.
Okay.
Main Street, USA, here we come. Salina, Ohio.
Prototypical small Midwestern town.
So this beep is because it's picking up glare from the sun. So even though the sun is like, okay, it's 2:37. So that's a good stop for the yellow. We should have stopped. We have the ability to stop. So that's like the hardest braking you're going to see on V12.
And normally my car probably would have gone right through that.
On V11?
Yeah.
Okay. That was a light we should have stopped for.
Yeah, mine will often pretty much end up blowing red lights. If it turns yellow, it just tends to keep going. It only starts stopping if it's like red.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's 2:23. We are faced south. It is winter. So the sun's pretty high in the sky, but it was getting aggravated by it. So I think that's another, hopefully a training opportunity and not something that's a hardware issue. This is a hardware 3 car, 2019 Model 3. All we really notice when it has a glare problem is it may not go as fast as it could. It may not take all the speed that it's allowed to. Now, is there some stop signs out this way?
Yes, so
Okay.
after you pull out there, we can come back through the road that it has us initially turn on, go
Okay.
straight out in the country, and the first stop sign we hit is going to be
One that it's blown for you.
yeah.
All the problems, Jordan, you're referring to,
Mm-hmm.
I have, because I live rural as well, and so I literally am experiencing my town in a way, vicariously. Same problems, or same.
You're the
improvements.
first other person that I've spoken with that has a similar situation and it does the same thing.
Yeah.
Because most everybody else is in cities or
Yep. You get out in the country and they're unmarked and it wants to ride in the middle of the road and the car's oncoming, and so I feel uncomfortable and I want to merge over because I want to let them know for a long distance that it's okay. Yep, I know what you mean.
What if we can bribe one of those car dealers to experience V12?
Yes,
And they'll just like totally deny what's happening in front of their eyes. Just like try to change the subject.
yeah, I'd be interested to see how they'd react. Yeah, I drive differently in a small town or the country than I do in the city because I know everybody around here.
Mm-hmm.
So, like,
You don't want to honk and then they know who you are, right?
yeah, you don't want to be driving like a fool.
We can be that way when we're taking our girls to school or whatever. We generally don't honk anyways, but still. All right, we gotta turn left after the sign.
Okay, doing good.
Now, is this a place you can go fishing
Yeah.
around here?
Yeah, Grand Lake. It's a man-made lake. You'd build it as a feeder lake to the Miami Erie Canal.
Okay.
And this all used to be swampland. Like from here up to Lake Erie and over to Fort Wayne. There's hundreds of square miles of swamp.
Wow.
And then they drained a lot of it into the lake and used that as a feeder canal for Miami Erie Canal. And this embankment is kind of the dam that kind of holds it back.
Miami Erie Canal, so that was used to transport goods, or is it still used that way?
It was built in like 1850, and then trains came along about 10 years later after they hand dug hundreds of miles of canals through Ohio, and then they just never got used. So now it's just walking tracks and state park.
All right, I'm gonna dial up the speed a little bit. It's not taking it though. Okay, now it's going to go.
Yeah, I was thinking it's glare probably.
Yeah, that's glare.
Jordan, have you ever seen that symbol? That's the new symbol, we think, too.
No, I haven't seen that before. Okay.
That's like the glare symbol.
So it shows a red octagon. Maybe Jordan, our editor, can zoom in on that. And it's got what looks like a traffic light and a white silhouette. We're kind of coming up near the cul-de-sac. We'll stop short of it, and then we'll navigate to another spot and see how it gets out. Or if it does, sometimes it'll back itself into a corner. And when I say that, I mean it doesn't go backwards, but it'll just kind of like end up going into a corner and not have anywhere to go.
So if you like fishing, we have crappie, bass, bluegill. There's a state hatchery on the other side of the lake, so it's always really well stocked.
You're at your destination.
I was hoping it would try and
All right.
park.
So should we just go along out this way, or
Yeah, so that was the road we came in on, and the stop
Okay.
sign I'm talking about is at that intersection.
right there?
So if we go over to probably, is this 118? Probably 118. Fleetfoot Road? Yeah, Fleetfoot. I think there's also a double stop
Okay.
sign where go through.
All right.
All right. See what it does.
So it's got the cul-de-sac and the nav.
It's already doing better. This morning it tried to go around the left.
So you started to go around the left side.
Yep.
You stopped it, or did it stop itself?
I had to stop it and then force it to go through. And then
Okay.
what mine does, it accelerates and decelerates all around the circle.
Oh boy.
So that did the whole thing smoothly.
Okay.
It struggles with the whole circle,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Or it did. Yeah, version 11.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That was very smooth.
Yeah.
That was perfect. Mine's never done that well. It always tries to go around the left, or it takes too fast.
I wouldn't quite go as slow as it is, but when other cars are in the scene, I would slow down. So I think it's doing a good job here. Okay, I would not go here. We got Traffic to our right. Got a car to our left. And we have a bit of an opportunity after this pickup passes. And it's taking it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's how I do it.
Okay, we got a 35 sign.
Now, what I usually do after I go over these railroad tracks is I go up to 55.
Okay. I'll increase the speed and to mimic what you're doing on V11, and then we'll see how it behaves with the stop signs after that. Now, so it's got a yield sign, okay, at the railroad tracks.
And you notice that stop sign, you can almost take that for this road, but it's actually for the bike path. This is a cycling path. Okay, kick it up to 50. Oh, this looks like a good.
Yeah, car sees the 55 sign.
It's more cautious than mine through here. Beautiful.
Nice.
That was the main thing I was concerned about. That's great. Mine just blows right through here. I'm like, is it going to stop?
I wonder if it's there's these big washers on the sign that are kind of a little rusted. Then V12 was not fooled.
That was good. That was real good.
Okay, now we're not reading a good speed. So this road would be 55 mile an hour speed limit. I'm gonna dial it up.
Does that
Tesla
happen?
needs to fix that because that's.
Does that happen in V11 too?
Yes, it does happen on mine. It might not be accelerating because we're coming up to our next turn.
Oh, it's that was just a pen one time. It's gonna turn left here.
It's doing a good job of keeping, because this is a narrow lane. I don't know if it comes up on the camera, but it's fairly narrow.
I don't know what's freaking it out though. Like it's going 16 under the speed limit. Let me try the automatic speed offset. See what it does here. Might just do the same thing. Where do you want to go after this?
So take a right, and there's another stop sign it tends to blow, which is more critical.
And you want it to go straight at the next stop sign? Because there is a bit of a road here. Okay, I will.
Okay, yeah, I'm hoping it goes right. Handle that all right.
You got some caverns near here?
Not around here. It's over in Marysville there is.
Okay.
Near there, Ohio Caverns.
Yeah, we are hanging out the right side of the lane. Generally these roads too, like sometimes you can have tractors coming down, you can have oversized loads, semis. So I could see why it would shade to this side of the lane, but it's not quite how I'd be doing it.
Yeah. For these country roads, I'd prefer to be on the right rather than going down the center lane.
Agreed.
Okay.
Which there's for a long time, I wouldn't use it on country roads because I felt like I was going to clip these trucks that have the rear view mirrors that stick out like 2 feet for their trailers, and it's just uncomfortable.
Yep, I agree.
All right, so it's passing the local test. It's how a local would do it.
Yeah, I would probably be more in the center, but I would prefer to be on this line rather than that line.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is fine. And those are the main issues that I have. There's been a few times where that stop sign we just stopped at, my car didn't stop at it.
Mm-hmm.
So I handled that fine.
Too bad it's not harvest season. We can get the mud tracks off the tractors.
Yeah.
And start getting extra lines on the road.
Exactly.
Any roundabouts in Salina, Ohio?
Yeah, there's roundabouts. I'm trying to think. Oh no! Oh, I was thinking of cul-de-sacs, not roundabouts.
Okay.
No, there's no roundabouts around here. I'd like to see them get some. I know you live in roundabout heaven.
Yep, we're gonna hit Carmel, Indiana soon. I got mad. It got mad. I was looking at the map to change our pins. Hopefully it didn't give it a strike. Dan O'Dowd to be pleased.
Yeah.
This independent driver got shut out.
We're just showing the nag doing its job, right? Had to test that.
Yeah. We'll have it go back to town.
Is there a grocery store parking lot or something?
Yeah, there's a grocery store parking lot.
If you want to try that.
Kind of a gnarly one sometimes. Okay.
Rock and roll.
So it's showing when it's deciding to slow down. It'll put these little arrows that go like this on the blue line. What do you like best about this town? Do you have some family close by?
Oh yeah, it's that's one of the major reasons I like it, is because I know so many people here, and I have about, I don't know, probably 30 or 40 cousins in town.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, so
There's a lot of cousins.
Yeah, so there's I have 9 aunts and uncles just from my dad's side.
Wow.
And then most of them still live in town. There's a time period where, we all went to the Catholic church and the Catholic school here, like a private Catholic school, and so we all lived near there. So all of us were like within a 5-block radius from the church. But yeah, so everywhere I go, I see somebody I know. If I want to get something done, I know somebody who can do it. I don't have to talk to a stranger. But it's big enough though that there's still a chance to meet new people. It's a good size. Then there's the lake. I don't know. A lot of nice features to the town. It's one of the best 100 small towns in America.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's good. Like, even during the last recession, 2008, 2009, I think the unemployment rate maxed out at like 5 or 6%, something like that. It's just a lot of industry here, a lot of farmland.
Do you notice any difference with the braking when it brakes for a red light?
The first thing I noticed, as before, it started slowing down for a yellow light, and it stopped in time for the red light, whereas mine, it would have just blown right through it. But in terms of how it accelerates and decelerates, it does it more like I would.
All right, so we're about to pull into the grocery store.
It's taken the first. I've never used this entrance. Usually I go to the next one, but this is fine.
Nice.
Either it'll drop us off the front, or it may search for a spot. We don't know.
We'll see.
And like, what's amazing about all this is like, supposedly this is with no code. Like, this is all neural nets.
Yeah.
So like, they didn't program in, you have to stop at a stop sign. They showed examples of cars stopping at stop signs.
Indecisive.
You can get some jerky steering wheel in the parking lots. It's like, so Mr. Gisagi, would you like to stop here or over there? It's like, seems to be like, or should we park?
Yeah, I can't imagine when they get more compute, more data, and then they continue to improve how they train it. It's just, the improvements are going to be exponential. All right. Nice. Just a little bit further, buddy.
Not too bad. Not too
Yeah,
bad. That's
a little
good.
bit crooked. I could get away with this parking job in Saline, Ohio. It might get a little bit of a side eye, like, but it's you're still well within the lanes.
What's the verdict so far for you?
It's more smooth and more human. It's able to tackle a lot of things that my version 11 doesn't do well with. There's a few small areas, like the speed that it goes down a country road. It's would be a little bit irritating if I was living here, but overall, I would say if I was to rate this, I would give it more like B+, whereas with mine, I would give it like a C, I would say. And I know a lot of people have run into safety critical interventions on with the FSD beta drives, whereas this is safer than my version 11 because it actually stops for the stop signs.
Oh,
whereas
there you go.
Mine would blow right through, and on top of that, on the country roads, it tends to follow the right-hand side of the lane rather than the center, which even though I wouldn't call that safety critical, I'm like, every time I pass like a truck that has a wide mirror that's sticking out over the center line, I'm like, ugh. You kind of cringe when you go by the truck. So
More safe than V11 for Jordan.
For this specific use case, it is.
All right, let's give him the sign off. What's the sign off?
I don't really have a sign off for
You just end the video. That's
usually
it.
I just end the video. I say if you want to follow me on Twitter, or if you'd like to support the channel, support me on Patreon. But I used to have another channel for that one. Was thanks for tuning in.